Good morning, everybody. I just figured it'd be easier to make a video here, and a special one for today because we're kind of running out of things to do. It's hard to do a couple days of virtual in a row. So my plan here today is to do the example that I expected you to do yesterday, because it's hard to give quality feedback. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this problem and see if you get it right. And make sure that look at your problem while you watch this video. Make sure that you have everything I put. Because if you're missing anything, then you're going to get points docked on a test for missing work. And there's a one common mistake that happens so much, I want to make sure I address that. And then what I'm going to have you do is work on the rest of the worksheet. I'll have you take a picture of just the front side of the page to submit to show that you did it. But then if you have time, continue working on the back. Again, stick to the 30-minute time limit there is the expectation for my class. So after you watch this video, however much time is left after that gets done, I'll try to make this quick. And then don't work more than 30 hours or 30 minutes on my class. So we'll get started here. So I think I have the pen selected. I apologize, it's been like 2 years since I made one of these videos, so my handwriting might suck on this. I started to get okay at it, and now I'm out of practice. So the first thing we do is you set up a ladder for every element. In this case, we've got gallium and I've got phosphorus. Again, make sure we have the number, the unit, the formula. In this case, it's just the element symbol. Excuse me. The next step is you always take the units that are here, grams of gallium, bring it down. Then we're going to go to moles. We convert them to moles. In this case, we're giving grams, and if this were a percentage, we just turn it into grams anyways, but we're starting at grams, so we get to skip that step. The mole always gets the 1. We look up gallium. It is 69.723 grams per mole. We're going to go ahead and do phosphorus. Grams of P goes down. Moles of phosphorus goes up. Phosphorus is 30.974. Because when we write out a formula, remember the ultimate goal here is to figure out what is the ratio of gallium to phosphorus. So the ratio it's a counting ratios. We probably already know there's one of these for 2 of these already. So that's a counting ratio, and remember moles is a counting value. So that's why we convert them from grams to a counting unit, which is moles. So again, let's go ahead. Let's go over to my calculator here. 0.928 divided by 69.723. We end up getting 0.0133 moles. Then we go over here, we'll clear it, 0.824 divided by 30.974, and that equals 0.0266 moles. One thing I saw was a common mistake is some people put too many zeros here. They had 0.00. Then they ended up getting GA1P20. That might have been you. So check that on your sheet. So we take the smaller one, divided by itself. In this case, 0.01 is smaller than 0.02. That always sets the lowest mole equal to 1. Then we always divide them all by that number because this is a ratio. These two numbers, this one and this one, are a ratio. So if we modify one, we have to modify the other one in the same way. Now, depending on how you round it, mine is going to come out to a perfect 2 if I type this into the calculator, but a lot of you got like 1.99, like 8 something, like super close to 2. So it was close enough to 2 that you should just round it to 2. So this is where the most common mistake happened, is you're done when you have whole number ratio. Right now, I have a whole number ratio. I should quit. It's GA1P2. And you should never actually put the 1 in. That was another mistake I saw, but you didn't know, so that's why I'm telling you. This is how I should record my final answer. So when you get to this step, if you get a whole number, you're done. if you end up getting the 0.25, the 0.33, or 0.50, then you might have to multiply. But the key word there is you might. So in this case, you'd multiply this way. But here's the deal. It is possible, one of the options is it could just round out to 0.00, right? A whole number. In that case, you multiply by 1, which means you don't do anything. So it is possible if you get to a whole number here, you quit. So when you have a whole number ratio, you're done. Don't multiply them unnecessarily just because you think you have to do this step. This step is kind of optional, or it's case dependent, I should say, depending on where you end up. Most of them, I think all of them but one, you actually don't have to multiply. I think the very last problem on this worksheet is the only one where you actually end up rounding to one of these decimals and you have to multiply accordingly from there. So again, the common mistakes here, make sure you're showing all your work. Ladders, I saw some people, I gave you full credit for doing the problem, but on a test I wouldn't give you full credit if you didn't use the ladders here like this. Again, don't multiply when you get to whole numbers. If you're at a whole number, you're there. The other thing too, if you ever make that mistake, a lot of you had this answer, like a third of you. Empirical formula means the simplest ratio. A 2 to 4 ratio isn't the simplest, so you just simply you'd simplify it to GAP2. So that's all I got. See how you did on this one. Correct any mistakes you made, and make sure that you hopefully don't make those same mistakes again. At least get the front half done. Submit a picture of that, and then if you still have some of your 30 minutes left, go ahead and start working on the back. And hopefully we will see you tomorrow.